we're back, my dear subscribers. I really couldn't do this without you. There is so much I would like to say to you, the subscriber, for making this all possible, making this whole thing possible. I want to start off this episode by making something clear about my previous videos. I know some people out there might think, oh, what's this guy got against farmers? He seems to have a problem with farmers. Not the case. Not the case at all, my dear Watson. I use farmer sometimes. For instance, in video number 6. But what I'm referring to then is more human at the stage of the actual occurrence of the agricultural revolution. 10,000 BC, where you had farmers at the center and hunter-gatherers at the periphery. In modern times, the farmer has kind of replaced the hunter-gatherer as the peripheral figure, and the educated office worker has become the central figure. And so, the modern farmer is, in many ways, a symbol of freedom-loving and being in touch with nature. And so, I think farmers and farms are a very cool thing. So I hope that there isn't a sentiment out there among the viewer that I'm somehow anti-farmer on principle. This is not the case. But anyways, there's no point dwelling in that. Okay, we got a lot to get through, because it's rule number 10. I can't believe we're here at this point already. It's becoming more and more exhausting to do these videos as we move up the ladder. And so rule number 10. What is rule number 10? Hard question to ask. Hard question to answer. That's what I say. We've been talking about fuck 'em. We've been talking about there are no rules. You never know what's going to come around the next corner. You got keep on hustling at number 3. Everything comes to an end at number 4. Something about being a gladiator on number 2. Breathing through your nose is number 1. And what the fuck was number 5 again? Number 6, be the beast you want to be. Number 7, life is life. And what's number 10? What's number 10? We'll get to that in a second. So, you've come to this point in the video series, and I know that you're gonna have gone down a massive rabbit hole. And you're now at a point where the world looks very different from what it looked like when you started watching these. Okay, that's the effect of the 12 rules for life. Okay, that's not a coincidence. That's the self-help working its magic on you. The precious viewer. It's getting hot in here. And so, what conclusions are to be drawn at this point? You know, we're not far away from the end now. It feels almost like we've arrived at a vista. It's not quite the peak, but it's still a vista. It's still a natural place to kind of stop and contemplate the distance that we've been able to clear. 10. Rule number 10. Rule number 10. There's always going to be a bigger fish. I know it's a bit anticlimactic because we've all seen Star Wars Episode 1, A Phantom Menace, where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon have gotten themselves into a submarine with Jar Jar, and they have to escape in a hurry from the underwater city of the weird Jar Jar Binks people to assist the Queen of Naboo. And in this sequence where they're riding in a submarine in the outer space subsea setting, which is I think it's an enormously creative setting. They're being chased by a big gooba fish. Alright, I know I'm butchering the big gooba fish. Oh, that's a big gooba fish. Anyways. So they're getting chased by this big goober, right? And I've never seen a more clear visual representation of rule number 10 than the moment where this big goober fish gets outflanked in the jaws of an even bigger, different type of outer space fish. That's a big gooba fish. But there's always a bigger fish in the sea. So what does that mean? It means nothing is ever over. Okay? You scale one obstacle, guaranteed there's going to be more. And with each obstacle that you scale, you evolve as a person. But, and that's a big but, the challenges also grow with you. So as you become well versed in the experience of being alive, you begin to get a more complex understanding of the world. As such, the challenges that you face are going to increase in complexity. And so it's a constant learning curve. Alright? There's a reason why everyone on Facebook puts their education as School of Hard Knocks, the School of Life. Okay? Because that's the only school where the day doesn't end and there's very little recess. Recess is very irregular in the School of Life. And I wanted to call my channel the School of Life because I see myself as a sort of Plato. I want to build my academy. I want to have nice Roman pillars and marble sculptures surrounding me as I read ancient literature and drink tea and muse with my fellow philosophers. But I see that this has already been taken, and you know, I'm also not at that point. I don't have an academy. I don't really have anything in my life that remotely resembles the scene I just painted for you. And so, I thought, School of Life, that's a title that's got a ring to it. But if you think about it twice, you come to realize that it's extremely pompous and arrogant to call yourself the School of Life. Even calling it the Academy is better, because that doesn't claim anything other than its own thingness. The School of Life. What's the School of Life, man? Nobody knows that for sure. But what's the point of talking about that? We're keeping it self-help. There's always a bigger fish to fry. You gotta think about that, is this issue worth your time? Is it worth your time to be worried about the various things in your life? You gotta think in rank order and prioritize them. Prioritize and rank order what you want to spend your time on in life. And you obviously gonna have to worry about some things, because you gotta be on the grind. You gotta keep on hustling. But at the same time, it's not a virtue in itself to be worried about things. It's just a tool like any other feeling. Worry. Why worry? There's always a bigger fish in the sea. I don't know if you've seen Star Wars Episode 1, A Phantom Menace. But Jar Jar's pretty upset about that big gulper fish. Okay? He's the kind of guy that kind of gets lost in the moment, Jar Jar Binks, bless his heart. But I think he came out of that little skirmish with some insight. There's always a bigger fish in the sea. And, that's the essence of rule number 10. And so, when rule number 9 sort of conditions the previous lessons in the light of, well, guess what? There are no rules. Rule number 10 says, well, you can always count on there being a bigger fish in the sea. And so that becomes a rule. But, still ain't easy, They were so close to getting snatched by that big grouper fish that, it really gets the heart rate up when you watch that scene in Star Wars Episode 1, A Phantom Menace. And I always thought that Qui-Gon was the coolest Jedi, because he was rocking the green sword, and he had a cool haircut. He looked like a washed up hippie with a green sword, because I like that color. What's your favorite color? Leave a comment down below and tell me about your favorite color. Okay? What do you find special about it? What's so magical about it? Alright? Does it have anything to do with the way metal looks when you heat it? For me, it's gotta be just looking out the window and seeing a clear day. Pretty concise, this one, I would say. I still haven't gotten time to read all of your comments, but I'm sure whoever's out there who's trying to sponsor this, trying to get the full-time academy going, where I'll be making 2-3 hour video lectures with slideshows, detailing and explaining every excruciating detail of existence, of everything. It's gonna be a super theory of super everything. A super theory. Okay, I'm here. I'm locked away in my wizard's tower, and I'm writing a super theory. And this is how I'm going to make a living in the future. And you, the viewer, you're an essential part of that. And so you gotta get on board. All right, and I don't care what it is you're flogging out there, what you're selling. I don't care if it's like hand-painted pine cones, or if it's fucking, marbles. I don't know if that's become a thing. Like you see grown people in the hip part of town outside of coffee shops playing marble games, having their little sacks of marbles and trading them and shit. Maybe Pokemon cards has become the new thing again. Maybe when I walk outside tomorrow, the first thing some guy is gonna say to me is gonna be like, "You get the new fucking Pokemon card, bro?" I don't know. Okay, I don't care what it is you sell, alright? I'll pretend to be enthusiastic about it. Okay, that's what I do, alright? I'll sell toilet paper. Alright, you making some like cool, eco-friendly, sustainable toilet paper, give me a shout. Drop in my DMs. I'll promote that shit ruthlessly. I'll give you like 5 minutes on my next video reviewing it and shit, whatever. You just gotta, and then, you'll pay me a sum of money at some point. Maybe a share of the revenue. I don't know. Alright, we'll sort that out when we make a contract. What else did I want to cover? Right, I think that's it. I think that's it for rule number 10. Guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the dingly ding, comment down doobly doo. Alright, down in my pants. And I want to see people commenting, all the usual stuff, but also I want to see like some real sarcasm, and like not explained, like you just saying the opposite of what you think, and then like the message gets totally lost because like your intonation doesn't convey through text, and like you forget that the whole shtick of what you're saying is in the intonation, which goes back to previous rule. If you've been paying attention, pay attention in class. I'm fucking around, guys. Alright? Chill. But yeah, I want to see some like real sarcasm, really caustic stuff being posted in the comments, Fuck it. Like, let the marketplace of ideas become a chaotic jungle. And let's see who can cry the loudest. Until next time. Peace.